Hey guys, what's going on? Captain Beanbag with you for another commentary video. Today we're going to do, I think it's 1997, somewhere in that era, 97, 96. We're going to do Air Force One with Harrison Ford and, I know Glenn Close is in it. I can never think of this dude's name. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's in it. It's an action adventure flick. You know how I love those, and I love to pick on those. I've seen Air Force One a million times, but it's one of those movies that I've seen, and I just don't remember any of it. I haven't seen it in I don't know, a couple of years. I thought it would be fun to do it. But before we did that, I wanted to talk about, I went on YouTube, or not YouTube, Netflix, and I started looking around at like some Netflix shows to watch. And I watched that Epstein show, and I'll give you a little quick review. It's 4 episodes, and it's 2 episodes too long. Now, I like true crime. You guys know that. I was well aware of Epstein before he became, such a, I guess, big figure for being a pedophile. I knew him back when his original trial started. That's how I first became aware of Epstein and how he got off so lightly. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, what I would tell you is this. The show is good, it just is repetitive. No disrespect to the victims, but, once I hear the first 5 victims tell their story, I don't need to hear every other person. And they go through probably at least 10 or 12 different victims of Jeffrey Epstein, and it's all the same thing. So, I mean, kudos to them women for coming forward, but it just doesn't enhance the show any. It's, I think they should have spent more time on Jeffrey Epstein's background. They kind of gloss over his background, how he got his millions, all that stuff. They kind of just gloss over that. I don't know if they don't have the information, nobody's willing to talk, or they didn't think that it was an important part of the show. But for me, that's the interesting part. How did this guy rise to prominence? How did this guy rise to have all these houses and all this money? What did he do? They never really, I mean, they explain it, but it's just really like quick, I think that's where they went wrong. Repetitive, could have been cut down to a 2-hour documentary. But I think that it's a good show. It's a good show if you're interested in that kind of stuff. It's not rewatchable. I would never watch that again. But going through the first time, it was enjoyable. Not the subject matter, but it was enjoyable enough that I could watch it. Would I recommend it? Depends if you're into true crime or not. If you're just a normie and you're not really I wouldn't waste your time with it. I think you're going to find it very boring. If you like true crime, watch it. I would not rewatch it again. I had an okay experience the first time, so I would probably rank it, 5 out of 5. The only reason I tell you that is because I watched it today, and I thought I should give my thoughts on it. It's like the number 2 trending thing on Netflix right now. I was trying to watch Space Force. I really tried. Here's my review on Space Force real quick. God, it is not what I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be more of a comedy. I thought it was going to be more, silly slapstick, and I don't know, man. Like, I love The Office. It's one of my favorite franchises. I love the UK one, and I love the US one. I was hesitant on the US one at first, but then I came around, and I really enjoyed it. But I don't know. Maybe it gets better. I got about 4 or 5 episodes in, and I just couldn't take it. It was like... I'm trying to describe how I felt about it. I mean, it had the things that I expected, politics and all that kind of stuff, which if you watch any media nowadays, you're going to get it anyway. So I was kind of expecting that, and it didn't really bother me because I knew that, kind of knew that was what's going to happen. But it just wasn't funny. You know what I mean? Like, I could almost tolerate anything as long as it's funny and it's entertaining. It just wasn't funny. The stuff that I saw. Maybe it gets better in season 2. Maybe I had to watch it longer. I don't know what the deal is, but for me, when I watched it this go around, it was terrible. It was terrible. Like I said, and I expected more. Steve Carell, John Malkovich. There's a bunch of other actors in there that I can't name them offhand now. But it just falls flat to me. It falls flat. I don't know, man. I didn't read any reviews before I watched the show, but I did read some reviews after, and I think the best description that I read was like, it's like a Saturday Night Live skit that never makes it to air, but 5 hours of it. That's the exact way I could put it. It was like they had maybe one or two good ideas, and then like they're like, oh, but we have to make 10 episodes out of this season. So I wasn't a fan. I know a lot of people aren't a fan. That's nothing new, but to me it just wasn't funny. That was the worst part about it. It wasn't funny. Okay, so I'm drinking a lot here today. I got some wine here, some cheap $5 rosé. I got a Busch Light that I'll open now. It's got the sweat on it. You know I like to sweat on the cans. We know what Busch tastes like. We know what rosé tastes like. We'll start off with a shot. I don't have many shots left in this, guys, so if you're drinking along, you're going to get off light on this one. You know, I like to punish you guys, but today you guys are going to get off. Look at that. I might have 2 or 3 more shots in there. That's it. So you guys are lucky today. Easy punishment for you guys. Cheers. Let's get into it. Air Force One. 10 seconds in, right after the Buena Vista logo fades out. The timer will be up here. Right up there. And Harrison Ford, Gary Oldman, Glenn Close, 1997. 10 seconds in, logo fades out, Buena Vista, in 3, 2, 1. Fire. Fire! You know, the only joke that I have about this right now is we're going to have a stomping in my Air Force One jokes. You know, stomping in my Air Force Ones. But I've already used that joke now, and I can't really use it anymore. But I love these mid to late 90s action movies. Bad Boys, Air Force One, Total Recall. I love all these, and I named 3. Cliffhanger, Speed, all those movies I love. You know, they're just so fun. Even Bad Boys. Bad Boys is more of a comedy. Comedy. Why can't I say that word? I'm a little spastic tonight, gents. I don't know what my deal is. Little rambler. William H. Macy's in this? I forgot that. Xander Berkeley, I guess. Bill Smith. Yep. I ain't gonna try to pronounce it. I can pronounce Philip Baker Hall. Come on, guys. Let's get to the movie. I hate long title credits, man. Like, if I was forced to do a title screen, I would do it in the most minimal format and splash it on the screen for like 1 frame, so I didn't have to show a title. I think title screens are so lame. I hate title screen. It's such an irrational thing to hate, but I'm just not a fan of title screens. Like, just get to the movie. Hear your title screen. I mean, we're 10 minutes into the movie. Now we're still looking at a title screen. We get it. There's a lot of people that work on it. And like I said before, they have to put that in. It's like a requirement to be a part of the guilds. You have to put these title screens. I don't know. That's the dumbest requirement. Yes, the mechanical parachutes. You hear that mechanical whirling? It's like the guards off of Goldeneye. Yes, let me make sure to paint my face black. They won't notice this humongous, parachute that I'm flying in on. How do they not? How do they not see that, guys? That's pretty obvious and well illuminated. And I don't think you're going to shoot them with a pistol from 300 yards away while descending in a parachute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't. I don't think that's going to happen. I have to be completely honest. Well, there's only like 4 of you here. Why? I mean, can't you just look around and see that everybody's there? Yeah. Watch where you're pointing that weapon. Muzzle awareness, Marine. Okay. You don't just run straight at the targets. Usually you're trying to find cover, and move up smartly and a little bit more silently. Like, okay, so what was the whole point of sneaking in if you're just going to do a smash and grab job like this? You know what I'm saying? And you have a helicopter. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know about this operation. I don't know who put this one together. There probably would have been those guys wouldn't have made it downstairs in real life if they did that. They would have been killed flying in on the parachutes. I have to be honest about this operation, guys. This would be under a lot of scrutiny when they lost their helicopter and 8 Navy SEALs or whatever they're supposed to be. You don't just run into a heavily fortified area without, a plan. Now, here's my question. I don't know. If the people are listening are English or American, wouldn't you want the speaker in the speakerphone to have an English accent and no Russia? So I wouldn't know if I would trust a Russian interpreter. Are they saying some things that are just nice to the other people? I don't know. I can't trust that. That's a pretty cool teleprompter for back then, though. I didn't know they had those back then. What? I love Harrison Ford. I just love him. I don't know why. There's just something about Harrison Ford that I love. Maybe because he was in all the Indiana Joneses. Probably. But I love him. If you want to, I went crazy on the actors last time. Harrison Ford's an actor that I love. And he's not particularly good. I can't really explain why I like Harrison Ford. I just do. Some people, I just like Harrison Ford. I don't know. Sue me. Is he a great actor? No. He's probably slightly better than average. But there's something about him. I like the cut of his jib. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Hey, can you knock it off with the licking? Everybody just chill out. Oh, he's just a bummer at parties. You're just sitting there trying to chill. Harrison's like, well, atrocities that we committed. It's like, Harrison, we're playing beer pong, man. Just chill out with the atrocities, all right? Uh, okay. Thanks for that, Harrison. Now, you know, like press and stuff travels with the president. How is that allowed? Like, if I was on Air Force One, dude, I would gut that whole thing. I don't like flying on planes. I will fully admit that. I haven't flown on a plane in 12 years, and I'll probably never fly on a plane again. But if I were to fly on a plane, I'd be like, dude, gut this. Make this just like a house. You know what I mean? Like, give me a lot of space. Because the thing I think I don't like about planes, I don't like the feeling that I'm not in control. I don't like the... And I don't like the claustrophobia. Now, why would he be flying with the president? A Russian national. Gary Oldman. Well, if it says access cleared, I must guess he's okay. Don't worry, I have cleared access. Yes, we are cleared. We didn't discuss any of these details while we were having our numerous phone conversations and all the paperwork that had to be done to get on Air Force One. You just weren't listening. Just wait till you hear his, I haven't consulted you about this speech. It's going to be very bad. Is that the director I made fun of? I don't think press secretaries are this accommodating in real life. I have a feeling they're probably just like, shut up, be happy you're on Air Force One, don't cause any trouble, and hi, hello. Hello, hi. Is this what humans say? You guys ever read anything about that thing called the Beast that they drive in? It's pretty crazy. It's got, yeah, obviously it's got bulletproof windows and it's like you can't be blown up, but it's got like a bunch of I don't know what the word is, but like devices that can, like, I don't know, mess people up. I don't know what the word is. Just look at the Beast. Look at search. Here's what you type in Google. Type in Google. Presidential motorcade, the Beast. Comment below if you search that on Google. Hey, that's our doctor friend from Gattaca that I call Jake Tapper. Do you guys remember? Now I was going to do a thing where my next movie had to have an actor from the previous movie, and I was going to like chain it, you know? But I literally, after the moment I thought of that idea, I lost interest in it. Mr. Ginsworth. Well, how... Mr. Ginsworth probably dies immediately with a names like Ginsworth. Have you guys ever seen the Emirates Airlines? Like the first class Emirates? Oh my God, they're crazy. They got showers in them and everything. They got a bar, like a stand up bar you can go to. And I was looking just as curious to see how much it was. It was like $20,000 a flight one way on Emirates. But it was so awesome, dude. You had your own, uh, you had your own like little pod area. You had a bed, you had all kinds of stuff. It was so cool. But like I said, the shower was the coolest thing. He loves a number 14. Well, oh, I thought he ruined the game for him. I was like, well, that kind of a dick move. Mr. President, just to let you know, I know you're trying to watch the game, but I've ruined it for you. She really likes her sleeping dad. Oh, 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 oh. Whoa, easy, Harrison. You're playing her dad, not Jeffrey Epstein. What is he, Eddie Guerrero now? If you're an Eddie Guerrero fan, you know what to do. Just put it in the comments. Who is your favorite WCW? Now, okay, I will admit this. I haven't watched wrestling in 15, 20 years. But were you a WCW guy or WWF guy? Now, where I grew up, right outside of Philadelphia, essentially. I mean, not right outside, but in the area, we had ECW too. So I used to watch ECW, and I always used to watch WCW. And like that 96, 97, 98, dude, talk about great wrestling, right? I mean, WWF was floundering. But I don't know how they messed it up, man. But I love who's your favorite WCW wrestler? Did you like WCW over WWF, now WWE? Did you like ECW? Did you watch it? Comment below if you watched it. Yeah, it was 4 years ago. How could what? I don't have Alzheimer's. Why does she keep asking him if he remembers? Yes, he remembers. They're not 85 reminiscing about, 50 years ago. Do you remember when I was asking you questions about remembering 2 minutes ago? Yeah, I remember. Do you remember when you remembered to ask you about when you remembered asking questions? Yeah, I remember. Do you remember when I just kissed you? Yeah, I remembered. How many redundancies do you think they have on that plane? Like, let's say, I mean, I know that most planes are pretty much guided by computers, but let's just say that failed and you had to manually fly the plane. How many redundancies do you think, like how many people on that Air Force One do you think can actually fly a plane? At least 3 or 4, right? I would assume. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just one person on that. It ain't just a pilot and co-pilot. I can guarantee you that. They probably got a team of people on there that could fly that plane if need be. Guaranteed. And probably some of the people that fly it often probably have some sort of training, if emergency, that they could land it or something. I would guarantee that's what happens. I know anything about the military is like they always have redundancies. You know, it's the old 2 is 1, 1 is none. That's why I'm such a preparer. They beat that into me since the day I got to boot camp. I couldn't imagine like only having 1 of something. Look at my drinks. I have 3. Oh, you don't? If vodka fails, then try wine. If wine fails, try beer. Well, there he is, William Ace Macy. Sit-ups, push-ups. Tell me about it. Well, I'm just gonna get to it, guys. I mean, there's no point of just farcing around with this. We're doing another shot, and we're doing it now. Okay. If you don't like it, if you're not on this level, I don't blame you. I'm not saying you have to be. That would be about the only way you could take over Air Force One, is to have somebody on the inside. Are they smoking brisket? Ribs? Okay, thanks. William Ace Macy's gonna save him? Mr. President, stay back. Shoot your own people there, guy. Now, I guess they're not really concerned about puncturing the hull of the airplane. I'm not so sure that it would do anything. Like depressurize the cabin, but I don't know. They're kind of shooting just like... How are these guys still sleeping? Touchdown! He's keeping his wig securely fashioned to his head. I got another. When you shoot people with a gun, they don't fly backwards like that. Usually they just fall down. I mean, I know it's Hollywood magic, but I mean, meet me halfway. This guy just standing out there looking with goggles. Like, what's he gonna see? It's in a cloud still, my man. You're out there looking at it with binos, like you're gonna. What are you gonna? Okay, that would be like me saying, "Hey, did you see the rings of Saturn?" No, here, check out my binoculars. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah, that's a pretty cool shot. I love that shot. Now, I gotta admit, I don't think that those planes are that maneuverable. You're not going to be able to make a hairpin turn like that. I'm sorry. I don't know how the hell they did it. Now, the president escaped, that's nice, but what about his daughter and his wife? I mean, everybody else is pretty expendable. Now, I see this is the thing about Air Force One. So far, it's been pretty accurate of what they would do. The only thing, first off, they wouldn't leave the first lady and his kids. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to rescue the president and leave his kids and the first lady, you know, all on the plane. But there's a lot of realism here. And I'm sure now, and the other thing is, I'm sure that there's a way to disable the plane once it's landed. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think that if he landed right now, he pushed the button and he said, "Well, shoot me." And this plane would be by now ripped to shreds. No. No, 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 no. No, that wouldn't happen. I'm sorry. Your action movie physics would not happen. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they would do in this situation. I know that that wouldn't happen. Look at all that awe. Look at all that majesty. Now, what would happen in this situation, really? I don't know. That's a very good question. You're not going to shoot the plane down with all those innocent people on it. Most likely, the situation would have the plane to crash. Because, like they say, they only have so much fuel. It's not infinite. And if the terrorists wanted to really do something, they would just crash the plane. Sure, you didn't kill the president, but you got the first lady and the daughter, and a bunch of his cabinet, and a bunch of innocent people. You know what I'm saying? This 90% is going to end in a crash if this happens in real life. They don't know this already? Look, you tell me who they trust. I mean, come on. What do you know? You know what I'm saying? You're the vice president. You don't know how Air Force One works? Asking a lot of questions that I would ask. You know why I would ask? I've never been on Air Force One. You're asking questions that silly. The who? The wife? Oh, the wife and daughter. Oh. Yeah, Joe. Where's the wife and daughter? Well, you found the wife. There's only one person on this flight that's under 14. That might be the daughter. Oh my God. He tricked you. He tricked all of you. This is my presidential voice with my Batman voice. Prepare for launch. His tie is extremely fat. Now, why is he searching down there? What is he searching for? What gave him the inkling to search down there? Just to double check? I don't understand. A plane wants to talk to the vice president? Well, put him on then. It's all like, or however make a noise for a plane. The plane, the Air Force One. What do you think? Like a what? Oh, that's not silk. How dare you? That's a camisole. Damn it. A 101 Dalmatians. So what's going on with his eyebrows there? Anybody want to comment on his eyebrows? Very wispy. Now, has Gary Oldman aged? The man is at least 50 here. But he looks that it's like he's been fermented. Yes, really. Okay, so he was like 30 or 40 in this. How does Gary Oldman look better today than he did in this? I need the Gary Oldman juice. Abercrombie and Fitch. Hollister? I don't even. How bad does that date me? That's the clothing brands that I think are cool. Do people even buy branded clothes anymore? I know there's that one with the whale on it. What is it? Vineyard Vines? And that was probably 5 years ago. I gotta just say that. I gotta say that so everybody knows it. I'm a running black man. I got some information for you that you'll probably dismiss but then realize is important later. Oh my God. On the plane. What?
Well, spit it out. You're talking so damn slow. Nobody can get through it. Is that a voiceover? That's your real voice? Let's not bury him yet. He could still be out there in the plane. Oh, what do I got in my pocket here? This is a beer cap from 2 weeks ago. Will the groundhog see its shadow? Yes. 6 more weeks of winter. Oh, that's a lovely material. Oh my god. Yep, still locked. Great. Let me go back and check it again. Yep, blah blah blah. This is how I sneak in the bathroom at work when I have to take a major deuce. A lot of intense looking for not a lot of action, like I must admit. But god dang it, I mean, how much you just love these movies. I mean, this. Okay, guys, let's not get into the minutia of your contrived world here. Let's get back to Harrison Ford on that plane. What if this happens? What if that? Okay, how many times are we going to talk about it? Mike Singletary. TV, what's that? Hmm. Easily distracted by a TV. That's his heart monitor. His life alert bracelet. Oh my god! How he flew at him. Yeah. Well, you hit him with the soft part of the stool, sir. I believe that gun is an H&K of some sort. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Yeah, it's an MP5K. Definitely H&K. And I think that's also one of the games in, one of the guns in the GoldenEye video game. Maybe that's where I know it from. I'm sure I've seen them in person. Obviously you're not going to find an automatic one. Not where I lived. And it's not silenced, so if there was gunfire, these goons would definitely hear it, and so would everybody else in the plane. I mean, they're always acting like they think they heard something. No, what you heard was absolutely gunshots, and it would be unmistakable. I don't need to tell you that guns don't sound like that in real life, do I? Well, you totally missed half the bathroom. That person could still survive. Got Budweiser on that plane? All right, all right, all right. Not that I'm a huge Budweiser fan, but I'd definitely be getting into that Bud. I'm sorry, it's just a complete snoozer, this political drama that's going on in the middle of my action movie. I don't care. If I wanted to watch The West Wing, then that's what I'd watch. Why is that door handle sharp? He hates that. Yeah, we know that. It's literally 4 hours into the mission. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, yes, sir. We're beyond that. A very angry young man. Is that a good Russian accent? I don't think it's very good, to be honest with you. Okay, nerd boy, you're up. You gotta. Oh, come on, Glenn. It's not that serious. See, now they know he means business. But he wants to get somebody released. I don't know what is Gary Oldman's end game here. You know you're going to die. There's no way to escape. You're not going to. You're not going to magically make it home. They will find your ass, and you're going to be dead. 99% likely you're going to be dead at the end of the day. So, I don't know. He hates when she talks. I still believe. I have to do Lost Boys, dude. Oh my god, could you imagine Lost Boys? And I still believe. That saxophone man. Oh my god, could you imagine? The treasure trove. The gold mine. Making fun of that guy. A smart bomb. Now, all right, let's talk about kids in action movies. First of all, if you were a kid, you would not talk like that. You'd be like, you probably would be too scared to say anything. You're not going to be like, you're not going to have this. You're not going to have this super fulfilling conversation with your terrorist. First of all, you don't understand the concepts that he's possibly talking about. Second off, you'd be so scared you'd probably agree with whatever he says. You're not going to be like, my dad is a great man. And then start debating about, policies of the government. I mean, let's be honest here. I mean, come on. Like I said, I'll believe you. I want to believe.
I still believe. But I mean, you gotta meet me halfway. That guy got more acne scars on his face than the surface of the moon. I'm trapped. I'm trapped in an air vac. I'll just start grumbling and do my grumble talk. You ever heard of a grumble talk? Put the phone down, Harrison. I've been in the restaurant industry my whole life. I've never heard of a Jordan refrigerator. Okay, come on. Is this discount Ray Liotta? We traced it back to Air Force One. Could be the president. Claiming to be the president. If I was a terrorist, would be where I would call for backup, because I've just secured the president. Oh, that sick, perverted man. He's asking us to touch it weird. I don't know. Makes me feel kind of uncomfortable. Thanks for telling the audience that, and everybody listening. Hey, boys. I've just been ordered to shoot this plane down. No. God. God, I hope this works. How long is that airplane that it took him 5 minutes to walk from the back to the front? Countermeasures. That's the word I was thinking of earlier. It has so many countermeasures on it. Probably does have something like that. I'm sure it does. But in government, they're not going to tell you, like the Beast, right? If you look up the Beast, it'll tell you what it has. But it has other stuff they ain't going to tell you about. You know? Yeah. Very intently listening.
Where are they? On the plane, sir. Why is everything a question with Ford? Like he doesn't. Raddick. Oh. Jack Bauer. I thought this was a serious conversation. He's just been picking people off down there left and right. Huh? Oh, they got cool andros like I do. See that? Now, if you were Harrison Ford, maybe hide in one of these fridges. Dude, I'd be laughing so hard you just started ripping champagne like it's nobody's business. Oh my god. He didn't even say anything. And Harrison Ford has been using that clip for a pretty long time. I don't know. He's probably got to be about close to out of bullets. Just starts hitting buttons randomly. Beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. Boring. Change the channel. Oh, is Gary Oldman American? I think he's British, no? Because the plane's hijacked? Yes, he's English. Or from the United Kingdom. I don't know English from the United Kingdom. I don't know anything. I see. Now, one interesting thing that I've learned about the people that actually watch my videos on Facebook. Only like 30% are from America, which is very shocking to me. Not that I don't think that, foreign people don't watch or have Facebook. I just didn't think that, I don't know, it's just a odd composition. I don't have anything against it. Actually, it's quite flattering. But I don't know, it just seems like it would be more of an American audience. I don't know. But I don't have enough views yet to tell me where people are from. It just says like 30% are from America. I assume the rest are from English-speaking countries. I mean, what would you get out of it if you were from, like, I don't know, somewhere else? Unless you want to hear what a Delaware or Philadelphia accent sounds like. That's about the only other thing I could think of. He loves that gun. Time to get some beer. Oh well. Come on, Macy. You are such a phoebe. Now, here's what I would say. When Gary Oldman walked in with the other guy, you got 40 people in there. Nobody's going to storm him and, like, take the plane back. You know you're pretty much dead if you don't. Nobody's going to have the balls to do that? I want Jeff Goldblum to be describing him this from Jurassic Park. God, I got to do Jurassic Park, guys, but I just know Jurassic Park, has been the movie that I've seen the most in my life. You've been up in the air for 4 hours. What's the hurry now? It didn't look like a green wire to me. It looked blue. Now, would you do that? Would you take that risk? Or would you just... Now, would you risk that not knowing where you were? You could be dumping fuel and you could be over the Atlantic Ocean for all you know. You want to take that risk? Or are you just gonna? I mean, I would. He's having a good time killing these people one by one. Wouldn't you want more fuel? I don't know. I don't see what the fuel dumps for. And I have another question. Ow, that hurt. Oh, getting shot in the arm really stings. My other question is this. Nuclear submarines, nuclear battleships. There's something that exists. I know that the nuclear submarines and the destroyers and the aircraft carriers, they have run off a nuclear reaction. And they don't need to refuel ever. I mean, eventually the reaction dies. It's like 20 to 50 years, somewhere in that range. You can't do that with an airplane? I mean, seriously, you can't do that with an airplane? Why can you do it with subs, and does it have something to do with the water, the cooling? That would be the only guess that I could have, is that it has something to do with the cooling. You know, you can put it in the water, you know, I mean, your nuclear reactions make a lot of heat, so you have to cool it down some way. You know, that's why nuclear reactors are always located, you know, they're always located next to water, right? We all know this because they got the rods that are super hot and they cool down and the steam comes off. Is that why they can't do it on an airplane? Because it gets too hot? You would think, though, that there would be a way to cool it down using air somehow. But yeah, they use water, if you don't know. That's how they use. And the crazy thing is that a lot of the nuclear reactors are clean. Like when you see the big smoke up, that's just steam. It's not, pollution, it's just steam. But a fish are attracted to it because the water is warmer there because of the intense heat from the reaction. Some species of fish. I'm not even watching this movie at that point. I'm just telling you guys about nuclear reactions. But I feel like that's why you tune into the channel. It wouldn't be fun if I didn't have my rants. I mean, you're right there, sir. I don't think you have to look down the barrel of the gun at him. And then everybody clapped. Thank you, smart fat black lady. Oh, so glad I brought you on this trip. Why is he giving away his only... Does he have another gun? Sir, you don't know how to send a fax? Wolf Blitzer. I thought she was going to give him a snappy re-election joke. Cheating on his wife. Well, it's going to take time to move them. Like, it's going to take time to get the refueling plane into parachutes, isn't it? I'm trying a very severely terrible comb over. What's a Mayday hail? How far can I open my mouth when I ask a question? Air Force One crashed. Glenn Close. I mean, she's old, but hot or not? I mean, definitely not, right? I don't know what a young Glenn Close looks like, but I don't. She does not. It's not appealing to me. Stop asking questions. Oh God, no. She's always been terrible looking. Oh God. Oh God, the way how those planes move is just so unrealistic. Oh my God. No, stop giving. This is the thing. This is the. I do not like William H Macy. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate his voice. I hate everything about him. Now, why can't they deploy at 30,000 feet? Is it because there's no oxygen? Like, what's the. I mean, but. I just don't get it. Is it going to stop exactly at 15,000? Hurry up. Come on. Come on. Go. God, you guys got to jump out faster. And you're not even clear of the airplane when you're activating your parachute. The funniest part is there are over shark-filled waters in the Pacific, and as soon as they make landfall, they're eaten. Oh yeah, this is so great. It's not a joyride, sweetheart. You've just been the victim of international terrorism. Well, no. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that's not what happens. First of all, if a guy was flying like that, I don't care, unless you're the world's strongest man, you ain't going to have enough force to drag him back in. You ain't just going to heave ho and bring it back in. Thanks for telling me that. And that would never happen either. I don't know what you would do in this situation. I mean, it's a highly unlikely situation. I assume now that most of the hostages are off, if I'm the in charge, I might just blow that thing up. I mean, honestly. You got the president, you got his family on there. Well, you got a vice president. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, it's mostly terrorists now. It's got a handful of Secret Service. I just blow it up. I mean, well, why not? It sucks, but I did the best I could. I snuck people out. Did the best I could. He's disgusted at his fat tie. Absolutely horrified. Oh my. Harrison Ford gets at least one punch in the movie that he can't give back all the time. He gets, he's always bound and he gets a punch in the face. Happens in every Indiana Jones movie, happens in any movie that he's in. He always gets a bound punch to the face. Never been knocked out. Takes it like a champ every time.
Ja.
Oh my god, look at that grotesque man. Okay. I mean, he ain't that strong. Why is he sweating so much? What are they all out of breath for? He's really going at that ear. Macy's getting off, so is he. Yeah, leave my ear alone. Give him the old-fashioned Harrison Ford headbutt. Meow. Meow. It wasn't her fault. We picked out those acid wash jeans.
That is A 1911. I don't know. It looks like a. Could be like a maybe a Kimber. I used to have a really expensive Kimber 1911. It was like $700 when I bought it, and I have no idea where it is. I think it's at my grandma's house, but I don't know. To be honest, it's like just in the ether. Kenan Thompson. So what do you guys think so far about this movie? I'm sure most of you guys have seen it. I mean, is it the greatest movie yet ever? No, but it's fun, right? What is she signing? I wasn't listening. Oh, she's signing that thing that says he can't fend for himself. I got it. I remember. But it's true though. I mean, he is under duress. You can't take orders from somebody under duress. Didn't they know that that was happening though? It's true, man. You can't negotiate with terrorists. Because if you do, you're just opening up a Pandora's box. They're going to. Now the next guy is going to use terrorism. The next guy and next guy. You just have to be like, no, sorry. I mean, can we give you, I don't know what to do, but you can't negotiate with them. Now, this movie is like made 15 years or so 10 years after the Cold War. I don't understand the anti-Russia sentiment still in America today. What is the anti-Russia? I mean, what is it about? It's always been there. Why? I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm pro-Russia. I'm just, I don't care one way or the other. It seems like a lot of Americans are like anti-Russia to the core, but I don't know. No, Russia never did nothing to me that I know of. And he's also doing the same parlor trick that he did in Last Crusade, where he's getting himself out of bindings. Remember in Last Crusade what did he use? Do you guys remember? With Sean Connery, do you guys remember what he used? Yep, he used a lighter.
And he ended up burning, causing a dang fire. That would have went right through him and into Harrison Ford. Yeah, that would have hurt. You ever fall down steps? Comment below if you've fallen down steps. He kind of looks like Alf there. Remember Alf? Do you guys remember the 80s TV show Alf? I was going to do Alf voice, but I don't think I could do it. He's just like talking like this. I'm Alf. I like to eat cats. I'm Alf. Do you guys remember Alf? I don't know how else to talk, but when I talk like this, I feel like I'm talking like Alf. Has completely nothing to do. I'm just getting silly now. Nothing to do with the movie. You see, this movie still has 26 minutes left. It should be ending in about 5. They've made this movie just about 20 minutes too long, and I'm starting to get a little restless. Must admit. I'm Elf. Hey, I'm Elf. Huh. I mean, if he can refuel in midair, I'm sure he could. He doesn't need a parachute to get off the plane. Now, my thing is, right now, he doesn't have anything. His plan's going haywire. What? Wouldn't you just kill the president's wife? What do you have to lose now? You know what I'm saying? I would have just killed her when he showed up. I don't have anything left to lose, sir. Trying to comb his hair? What is he doing? Oh. Oh, he's trying to strangle him. Get off my plane. Yeah! Now, I don't know. Gary Oldman's dead. He's the main character, but there's still 20 minutes left? He looks like kind of like Joseph Stalin. So, they show up with tanks and stuff, but they couldn't get him out through like a military coup. They had to get him out through It doesn't make any sense. And none of the sharpshooters can shoot him. I mean, come on. Oh well. Almost so close. Oh, settle down. Do you guys hear that like explosion sound? Like they wouldn't have a computer system where a pilot could guide it in from a remote location. That's a TV. Yeah, we just want to let you know this because, you're an experienced fighter pilot. Well, do you think Harrison Ford has a better chance of dodging MiG fire, or do you think he has a better chance of just leaving it on autopilot and letting the professionals handle it? I mean, they caught up to that plane really quick. And your fighters didn't see them, or I don't know what happened. They were just 2 minutes. You were just there. How did you miss the MiG fighters? That would be the fuel indicator, yes. What happened to his fighters that were surrounding him? Does that seem likely that the fighter pilots would abandon the president when the MiGs were right on his tail? Do you think that's a likely scenario? Yeah, worry about flying the plane, Harrison. He wants him off his plane. He wants him off his tail. Guy just wants too much. Okay. I highly, highly, highly doubt that would happen. I have to be completely honest with you. Okay, he's just got to fly this airplane that he has no idea how to fly. Yep, sluggish rudder, definitely. Everything is sluggish. And it's sluggish. Oh, okay, well, you can refuel in midair, right? Drop lower, right? Drop lower. I love you, sir. Do you love me? Thanks, thanks. Sir, we love each other. Thank you, sir. 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 Oh, thank you, sir. To end this movie. I don't know, guys. I mean, some of it, I don't know. Guys, I really don't know. I don't know what to tell you about this movie. I know that there's 15 minutes left and it should have ended a half hour ago. Thank you for telling the audience that. All right. Well, if the president didn't dump half the fuel when he didn't know what he was doing earlier, we would have known what to do. Ooh. Oh my god, look at that. Why don't you just look down? Oh my god, that's goofy. This guy's very needy. Special forces. Now, well, hurry up and get out of the goddamn plane. Oh, you looking that retarded? Now, let me tell you. I don't know, man. Let's get these people off this plane. What is that? Everybody got to fly in like a complete idiot? Well, okay, at least that's cool. No, just go. Go. Oh my god. Go. Now you're not waving your arms like an idiot anymore. He spilled so much ketchup on his shirt. I'd like that line to be a little bit more tall if that was me. I'd be a little bit more low, too. Oh, gee, we didn't know that? That's why he's already strapped in the harness? He waited till this? Oh. What's... Now, this should have been the fight that he had with Gary Oldman, not this total schlub. Oh, that is so bad. Let's see. Oh my god. Guys, that CGI is terrible. Sir, stop spazzing out. Prepare for intense clapping. I'm just telling you now. And cheering. Told you. What is a double thumbs up? Have you ever given anybody a double thumbs up? I don't think I ever have done that. Well, that's it, guys. Now, what do I think about the movie? It is a fun movie, not to be taken seriously. There are things about it that I think they could have fixed. Namely, first off, I think they killed. You always have to kill the bad guys off in order of importance. They killed Gary Oldman with a half hour left. That should have been the last scene. And then who was left? The schlub Secret Service guy? I don't know, guys. I don't even know why I still had the earplug in. But who do they have left? The schlub Secret Service guy? Now, for what it is, what is it? It's a fun action movie. It's a fun action movie. So let's think about, was the acting good? No. But was it fun? Yes. And what do you go to see a movie to be? Entertained, right? I'm going to have to rate this movie on a scale of 1 to 10. .5 or 5. Honestly, that would be my honest. It's okay. It's an average action movie. Typically, action movies aren't, the most. I don't know what the word is, but they're not the most intelligent movies they're gonna watch. It was pretty well thought out. I just don't like a few other things that they did. It was too long. I mean, it's an hour and 58 minutes I got here when I stopped it. It should have been. They could have condensed this to an hour and 38 minutes. That 20 minutes could have been cut out of the movie. I mean, Harrison Ford in the bottom of the plane searching and killing. I mean, it was too long for an action movie. Because what happens in an action movie is the scene, the sights, all this stuff gets repetitive. I'm not one for that. So I would say that 4.5, 5, decent. But, nothing to write home about. I just personally love it because I like goofy action movies. Let's do our shot, and that'll finish this vodka. Got about 4 shots out of this, which was surprising. I thought I'd get less. Yep. Our watch has ended.
I don't know how I thought. I forgot a lot of that movie that I thought I remembered. So I don't know how that's going to come across on the TV. I was more just babbling in this one. I wasn't so much commenting, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. See you next time, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Stay safe.